Hello my fellow creators and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is the second of the month, which means it's time for Show Us Your Sheetload collaborators to share our version of this month's Sheetload of Cards sketch. Now, the creative genius behind the Sheetload of Cards sketch is Alicia of Call Me Crafty Al. I'll make sure to link her channel in the description box below. Alicia shares a new Sheetload sketch with her subscribers every month. Now, the Sheetload of Cards sketch provides all the information you need to make a batch of cards. So if you are like me and you have an abundance of patterned paper, this sheet load is a great way to use some of that patterned paper up. In Alicia's sketch, you'll see that the image is actual size. So this is the size of an A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now the sketch and supply list does share what supplies you'll need, how many cards this sketch yields, and this month's sketch yields 12 cards. Also lists the dimensions in case you want to make just one card instead of a whole batch. Alicia always adds alternative ways to use this sketch as well. For example, you can add ephemera, die cut, or stamped pieces. On page 2 of the cutting guide, you'll see that Alicia guides you on how to cut your different papers. So your 3 pattern papers, you'll need 3 12 by 12 papers this month, shows you here how to cut it so that you'll get 4 pieces at 5 1/4 by 4 inches, 4 pieces at 2 by 3 5/8 inches, and 4 pieces at 1 1/2 by 2 inches. And then you'll need 2 different cardstocks. So you'll need cardstock 1. You'll be cutting some pieces at 2 by 3. And of course, you can always adjust these measurements. If your sentiment or image is a little smaller or larger, you can adjust that. And then this is your mat, and these you'll cut at 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. Make sure to follow the hashtag on screen to see what all the other collaborators have made with this month's sketch. If you'd like to play along with the sketch, make sure you use the hashtags on the cutting guide. For this month's sketch, I decided, since we're getting near fall, I would use this Colors of Autumn paper pad by Recollections. It was another hot buy paper pad. I'll be using this burgundy paper with acorns on it, as well as this paper with all these wonderful fall sentiments on it, and this beautiful fall paper with pumpkins and mushrooms and leaves and acorns. I've decided for my card bases, I'm going to use the cream color cardstock by Recollections. It's 110 pounds. As you can see, it coordinates well with these colors. And then for my sentiment piece, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use the cream or the craft, but we'll see as I get to putting the cards together. For my sentiment, I'm pulling out 2 stamp sets, Newton's Nook Designs Falling For You, and I'm going to use this sentiment. And then I thought I might also use this sentiment that says, there's no time more fitting to say thank you. That way I can make some of these thank you cards. And this stamp set is the Thankful Heart stamp set by Simon Says Stamp. So let me get all my papers cut, my cards put together, and I'll be right back to show you what I made. Alrighty, I did finish my cards. Now for my sentiment paper, I initially was going to use either the craft or this cream, but I just didn't love how they were looking. So I found this other piece of patterned paper in that same paper pad, and I cut off the wood grained portions and used those to stamp my sentiment on. So I tested this one first, and then I did cut mine at 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, so slightly bigger than the sketch calls for. And then the ink I used was Gina K's Warm Cocoa. Once I did this one, Then I thought, you know, it looks a little too just stark on there. So when I did the rest of them, I just did some ink blending using that same warm cocoa and my new Gina K Designs blending brush. I did buy those with a gift card my daughter gave me last year for my birthday. So here are my 12 cards using this month's sketch. And I did half using the sentiment by Newton's Nook Designs from the Falling For You stamp set. And for the second set of 6 cards, I didn't use the larger sentiment after all. I put together these thanks with all my heart. And the first stamping I did, I put them together kind of like this, but I wasn't loving that. So then I did go ahead and separate the thanks with all my heart, and that's where I put my twine. I did pop up my sentiment panels using some of this Dollar Tree foam tape. And then this twine is also from Dollar Tree. And I also used the leftover strips of pattern paper to add to the inside of my cards. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I'd be thrilled if you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on any of my other social media platforms. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye!